What is good, YouTube? It's Coach Ryan Rizuki, and today we are looking at step back footwork. I want to show you when to dribble, how to pick up, and how to stay balanced going into your step backs. Let's take a look into it. Now I'm going to do my best to explain to you about the gather step and how it makes your step backs legal. But technically, you're going to pick the ball up at the same time as your gather step is on the ground, and then you will bounce out into 1-2 footwork to stay on balance. No matter which way you go, you want to bounce the ball and take a step with the opposite foot. So if I'm going with the left hand, I'm going to take a step with the right foot. Then as I gather it, I'm going to go left, right into my pull-up. Of course, the same thing is going to be true for the opposite direction. Right hand dribble, left foot step, right, left. What you truly need to understand is that this current step with the left foot right here does not count as a step because it happens during the gather. The only thing that counts is the steps that happen after the gather. So here, right, left, those two steps would count. Anything that happens during the gather or during a live dribble does not count as a step. So if I were to dribble the ball and take 17 stutter steps before I dribble again, none of those count as a step. That is something that you need to understand. You can notice that my hand is behind the ball and not underneath it. I'm not palming it, I'm not picking it up. So the entire time, that dribble is live. During a live dribble, you are able to take as many steps as physically possible. The only time that steps start to count is once you pick up the ball. So now, if I were to dribble it and go into a stutter step, still none of those steps count until you pick up the ball. So I can go dribble, step, 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 as many steps as I want to, and the moment that my hand goes underneath or I pick it up now, left, right, technically those two steps count. Would I ever teach this move? No. Will it get called for a travel? Probably. But legally, towards the rules, I want you to understand how James Harden is able to get off his move and how other players are able to do what people like to call that double step back, because they don't actually understand the point of gather. This example will be that James Harden step back, where I take my behind the back move and I hang the ball, meaning that it is still a live dribble. Technically, at any point here, if I wanted to dribble again, I can until I pick it up. But now, once my hand goes under and I step back, that right foot was the gather, left, right is the footwork, going to my left, and then I knock down the shot. Getting into that 1-2 footwork into your step back helps you to stay low and on balance. So here, for instance, same thing. That ball goes through the legs and I hang on to that dribble. My left foot will be the gather. Right as I pick it up here, perfect, two hands on it. Left foot was the gather. Right, left into the footwork, nice wide base, and then straight up into shot. You don't want to be drifting a whole lot as you go into your step backs. You want to transfer that energy from sideways or backwards into straight up. I hope that helps you to better understand the traveling rules and why certain step backs are legal. Now, if you go into a normal step back, of course, you're just going to time the dribble at the same time that you step. Like I said earlier, I would dribble with my left hand, step with my right foot, and then I would push out into my step back. Nice wide base, 1-2 footwork, and lift straight up in the shot. Here, right hand dribble, time it with that left foot step, bounce out, 1-2, and straight up.
I see you, Ravis.
Now, when we go into this misdirection step back, I'm going to put it between my legs, push off the left foot, and then right, left into the shot, right? Now, that would be generic footwork for this step back. But my personal favorite way to do this would be to put it through and then push off that left foot, bringing it over and across my frame to then go left, right. Now, this creates more space, but it is a little bit harder sometimes. And also, sometimes it may look like a travel, although the same thing, it's only 2 steps. So find which one you like better for this one. Either go across your frame or push out and go outside, inside on the footwork. Both ways work just fine. Now these last three are based on that same James Harden footwork, being able to hang your dribble, keep the dribble alive, and then go in your step back. Obviously, none of these are travels according to the rules, but you do have to be careful and understand what the refs will be calling. Of course, you don't want to use certain moves and argue with the refs if they're going to call it a travel. You can try to explain certain things to them and have them explain certain things to you. At the end of the day, the rule book says it's legal, but you also have to play according to the way that the refs call the game. So if they call something a foul or they call something a travel, then you got to make adjustments, and that's just what you have to do. Should you work on it? I would work on this one way later after you mastered the few basic and generic step backs first. So get the one where you actually time the dribble with it first, master that on both sides, master the misdirection one, and then try to get this one last. This is not something that you need in your game, but once you do get to the point when you can start using this and the defense gets a lot stronger and quicker and longer, it's a great way to create that extra space and separation, get into balance, keep that nice wide stance, get your footwork right, and then lift into shot. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to those who have their notifications on and to those who purchase a t-shirt. Lastly, I have been still receiving a lot of DMs about shooting breakdowns, and I've been getting back to a lot of people helping them fix their shot. If that is something you want, shoot me a DM on Instagram at art2bball. Thank you again for helping me reach 100K on Instagram. And my shooting breakdown is fairly cheap. It's not very expensive, but it's definitely something well worth it to help you to fix your shot forever. So if that's something you want, shoot me a DM. I'll try my best to get back to you and let you know how we can work on your shot and help you fix it. I hope this video helped you, and let me know down below what you guys want to see next and how I can help you in the next video. I'll catch you guys soon.